When it comes to cars, the Germans have a reputation for meticulous engineering and obsessive attention to detail. But even the masters of automotive perfection occasionally create absolute disasters. 1997 Mercedes A-Class. Mercedes-Benz, the company that practically invented the automobile, somehow forgot that cars should probably stay upright when making emergency maneuvers. Their revolutionary A-Class compact spectacularly failed Sweden's elk test, rolling onto its side during a simple avoidance maneuver at just 37 miles per hour. The A-Class featured an innovative sandwich floor design that was meant to slide the engine under passengers during a collision. Clever for frontal crashes, disastrous for stability. After the embarrassing failure made international headlines, Mercedes spent over $300 million retrofitting electronic stability control to every A-Class and delaying the launch for 3 months. German efficiency at its finest. 2001 BMW 7 Series iDrive. Nothing says German engineering like taking a simple task and making it needlessly complicated. When BMW introduced iDrive in the E65 7 Series, they replaced dozens of straightforward buttons with a single knob and an early version of a computer interface that required an engineering degree to operate. The system featured 8-way controllers, rotating dials, and menu systems deeper than German philosophy. Changing the radio station required navigating through multiple screens, all while trying not to crash your 6-figure luxury sedan. First-time users typically spent more time reading the manual than actually driving. BMW eventually simplified the system, but not before making thousands of executives late for meetings while they tried to figure out how to turn up the heat. 2003 Porsche Cayenne. Porsche's first SUV was already a controversial departure for the sports car manufacturer, but the real controversy was hidden beneath the hood, where Porsche engineers decided to use plastic coolant pipes glued to the engine block, in a vehicle that routinely saw temperatures that could melt. You guessed it. Plastic and glue. Predictably, these pipes would fail catastrophically around 60,000 miles, causing severe engine damage when coolant leaked into places it shouldn't go. The repair cost? Often north of $3,000, not including the cost of being towed from the side of the highway. Porsche eventually switched to aluminum pipes, but not before thousands of owners learned the true cost of German engineering wasn't just at the dealership, but also at the repair shop. 1998 Volkswagen Beetle cup holders. Germans have historically viewed eating and drinking in cars with the same horror as wearing socks with sandals. So when VW designed cup holders for the American-focused new Beetle, they created spring-loaded contraptions that emerged from the dashboard like mechanical spiders, positioned perfectly to dump scalding coffee directly onto the radio controls. The mechanism was so delicate that a slightly oversized cup could break it, leaving owners with a permanently deployed cup holder that blocked air vents and essential controls. Volkswagen seemed genuinely surprised that Americans might want to put actual drinks in these engineering marvels. Perhaps they were intended for decorative purposes only, like those plastic food displays in Japanese restaurant windows. 2004 Audi S4 timing chain. Audi's 4.2-liter V8 was an engineering masterpiece making glorious power and sounds. There was just one small problem. They mounted the timing chain at the back of the engine, against the firewall, where it couldn't be serviced without removing the entire engine from the car. When these chains inevitably failed around 100,000 miles, repair bills could easily exceed $8,000. That's approximately $80 for each hour of pleasure the car provided before bankrupting its second or third owner. Audi engineers apparently decided that expected maintenance should be treated like major surgery, expensive, traumatic, and requiring complete disassembly of the patient. 2006 BMW N54 high-pressure fuel pump. BMW's twin-turbo straight-six was an award-winning engine, named one of Ward's 10 best for multiple years. It just had one tiny flaw: fuel pumps that failed with such alarming regularity that BMW owners began carpooling to the dealership to save on towing costs. These pumps would quit without warning, leaving drivers stranded with reduced engine power warnings and repair bills that seemed anything but reduced. After multiple recalls and lawsuits, BMW finally fixed the issue, but not before creating a generation of owners who developed a nervous twitch every time their check engine light flickered. German reliability at its most consistently problematic. 1998, Mercedes-Benz MClass. Mercedes' first foray into the SUV market proved that German engineers could build a vehicle with all the reliability of American brands, but at twice the price. The Alabama-built M-Class featured groundbreaking innovations like interior trim pieces that detached themselves while driving, electrical systems that operated with mysterious autonomy, and build quality that made Yugos look like precision instruments. The early ML models were so problematic that Mercedes had to set up specialized repair facilities just to handle the volume of complaints. Consumer Reports gave it their not acceptable rating, a distinction as rare as a German engineer admitting a mistake. Within a few years, Mercedes had thoroughly redesigned the M-Class, quietly hoping everyone would forget the original automotive atrocity they had unleashed. 2001, Volkswagen W8 Passat. Few cars exemplified German over-engineering quite like the Passat W8. Volkswagen, not content with putting a perfectly adequate V6 in their midsize sedan, crammed in a compact 8-cylinder engine with a W configuration so complex it looked like it had been designed by M.C. Escher during a fever dream. With 270 horsepower and a symphonic exhaust note, it seemed like a bargain Bentley, until anything, went wrong. The engine was mounted so tightly in the engine bay that routine maintenance required partial disassembly of the front end. Timing chain replacement? Remove the engine and transmission together. Oil change? Remortgage your house. Only 10,000 were sold worldwide, but each one generated enough repair revenue to fund a small German village. 2007 BMW N52 electric water pump. BMW decided that traditional belt-driven water pumps were for automotive peasants. Their solution? An electric water pump for their N52 and N54 engines that cost 5 times as much, couldn't be visually inspected for wear, and would fail without warning, instantly overheating expensive German engines. Even better, these pumps didn't just fail when the car was off warranty, they calculated the exact moment of maximum inconvenience, typically on highway road trips or important business meetings. The pump's $1,200 replacement cost made owners long for the good old days of simple mechanical failures. BMW, meanwhile, justified the design by pointing to marginal efficiency gains, apparently valuing a 0.1% improvement in fuel economy over the sanity of their customer base. 1998, Mercedes-Benz Biodegradable wiring harness. In perhaps the most German engineering failure of all time, Mercedes decided to save the environment by using biodegradable materials in their wiring insulation. Unfortunately, they succeeded too well. The wiring began biodegrading while still installed in the vehicles. Models from 1992 to 1996 developed mysterious electrical gremlins as their wiring literally decomposed inside the cars. Lights flashed randomly, engines stalled, and electrical systems operated with the predictability of a roulette wheel. Mercedes eventually had to replace these wiring harnesses under warranty, but many cars had already been scrapped by frustrated owners. The irony of creating more landfill waste by trying to be environmentally friendly was apparently lost on Stuttgart's finest engineers. Even the most exacting German engineers occasionally make mistakes that leave owners questioning whether that famous German precision is actually just German stubbornness. These automotive miscalculations remind us that perhaps the ultimate driving machine should also be the ultimate reliability machine. But where would the fun be in that?